in this tutorial, we are going to try to use Canva. Canva is a free design app for both web and your phone, completely free. So all of you at home can do something as well and learn with us so you can make your own poetry visuals by yourself. Now, when it comes to writing visual poetry and designing for visual poetry, the less words you use, the better, because as you saw in the pieces, that the more text you have, the less space you have for things, right? But when you look at this, peel skin until white, later see color, seek sweep stopper, like all this is like, this is like 3 lines or 4 lines of poetry, right? Same. This one is a bit long. This was like 6 lines, 7 lines. So we really had to figure out what's the best way to frame all that type. And this is not a long poem at all, but you see that with only 4 lines, 5 lines of type, how big, like how much real estate that takes and how little space we have for other design elements. So that's something to consider. So I asked y'all to write poetry about determination, and what we were looking for were poems that are short enough that will make a good visual, but also with dope poetry, because at the end of the day, that's what really matters, the poetry. And who won was, drum rolls please, was, we got When Thunder Speaks. So shout out When Thunder Speaks. We have like a whole bunch of poems from the poetry prompt, and When Thunder Speaks was the one that won. That poem goes, I was birthed and bred by their mistakes, molded by a misguided man until I was baptized in a bath of resilience and drank from its undefeated hands. Cool. So not only is this dope because about determination, but like baptized in a bath of resilience. Ooh, so things to think about are what kind of poetry really paints a picture that we can design to, that we can embellish upon, right? And baptized in a bath of resilience, maybe that's like, rain coming down from a cloud or something. Drank from its undefeated hands. I could see like maybe 2 hands, like this. And then like there's like a puddle of water in the cupped hands. And then that's where the text lies, like, and drank from its undefeated hands. That could be tight. And in this tutorial, we are going to try to use Canva. Canva is a free design app for both web and your phone, completely free. There is like a premium version, I don't know what it is. For this case, we're gonna use a free design app so all of you at home can do something as well and learn with us so you can make your own poetry visuals by yourself. This is gonna be a challenge because I don't really know how to use Canva, but I mean, design is design at the end of the day. Like, the problem with Canva, all right, so the problem with Canva is, 1, you can't really mask photos. You can't really clip out photos like the way you can in Photoshop. And 2, you can't really brush, I don't think. Maybe you can, I don't know. But we're about to try. All right, so the first things first is try to come up with a game plan. Try to come up with what you're gonna do with the poem. I was birthed and bred by their mistakes. So maybe he's talking about bad parents that like raised him, molded by a misguided man. That sounds like he's talking about a dad that didn't really teach him the right way until I was baptized in a bath of resilience. So that sounds like till he overcame all of his past traumas and drank from its undefeated hands. All right, so for this tutorial, we're not gonna do level 5. I don't even think that's possible with Canva, because this was a lot of clipping out and blurs. Like, you can't do that in Canva. So what we're gonna try to do is, let's try to get to maybe level 2. We'll see what happens. All right, first thing we need are assets. A good piece is only as good as its assets. If you have a shitty photo of a person and it's super pixelated and you're trying to blow that up, then like there's only so much Photoshop magic you can do to that photo. Same thing here, where like we just need good assets. but we need free assets. I'm trying to do this for y'all, so all you guys can do the same thing at home. Look for free, royalty-free images and make your own stuff. Maybe make it into merch, that'd be cool. But in this case, there are actually some nice websites that offer free, yes, that's right, free stock photos. One of them being Unsplash. I was birthed and bred by their mistakes. Let's look for backs turned. I'm thinking about like maybe, okay, so maybe there's like two parents and their backs are turned. Like maybe, you know, maybe it's a misguided man and that text is on his back, like a tattoo. Okay. Okay. All right. Let us bring that into, and the text goes, I was birthed and bred by their mistakes. All right. So remember that this is going to be on a phone, right? So the text has to be big enough to be read on a phone. Remember that. If the tiny text in big canvases look great because of minimalism, but it doesn't work in the digital space, not so much. All right. So where is the text tool? Text. All right. So the theme is determination. So when I think determination, I'm thinking like, you know, something strong, solid, standing tall. So maybe what we're looking for is like a slim, tall text. Molded by a misguided man. Now I'm starting to think about the text itself, like poorly molded with bare hands. Like think about clay, just lumpy clay, molded by a misguided man. What's some goofy text that we can use to convey this idea? All right, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna play around with this, like just like the sizing of everything, like 300, no, let's do like 200. And what we're doing is we're just like, you know, trying to make this text look all up, because he's a misguided man who doesn't know how to mold things properly. So that's what's going on. Can we lock a layer so I don't have to select? Yes, we can. Dope. Boom. Locking layer. So that way we can just select this without the fear of touching the black layer. So that's good. Running into a problem, and the problem is that we're only 2 lines into this 4-line poem and we're almost out of canvas. So that's something that we're gonna have to account for. But let's finish this first. All right, let's look through Unsplash. See, baptized in the bath of resilience. You know what? This is kind of great. Thanks. I like that he's looking up. I was birthed and bred by, so that could be like on top of him. Molded by a misguided man could be just like around his neck. And he has hands like that. All right. Sometimes, guys, like you might just have to like, you know, redo. That's a design process. Like sometimes you just find better solutions. Sometimes you spend time finding out what it ain't to find out what it is. That's life in general, right? Okay, so let's first remove this. We have like this like Mother Mary and this Bible here, until I was baptized. So let's look for a circle, like a just something to highlight. All right, we're almost there, guys. Until I was baptized. So what's good about this guy having the tattoos is that his tattoos have like religious symbols, and yeah, man, sometimes you get lucky like that. So remember, guys, just like in art and design and life, Sometimes you got to find out what it ain't to find out what it is. And sometimes that means you have to do things like 3, 4, 5 billion times until you find the right one. And that's part of the process, you know what I'm saying? That's life. So why are we doing this letter for letter? Well, the reason why is because this font, like, all right, so let's say drank. Like, it looks very computery. Everything's so, like, even though it's supposed to be like a handwritten type, like, look how, like, you know, this D is big, the R is small. It kind of mimics like my own personal penmanship that, like, I don't have the best penmanship. And when we're thinking about trying to express how something is in a rush or something is just like, you know, hastily done and sloppily done, but they're just trying to get it out there, then they're probably not going to be the most accurate writers in the world. Even the word "and" right here, I might replace this because it's too straight compared to how like natural and organic like this like letter form seems to be. Okay. I was birthed and bred by their mistakes, molded by a misguided man, until I was baptized in the bath of resilience and drank from its undefeated hands. All right, what do y'all think? Not bad, eh? All with Canva. All right, so let's quickly review what we did. First of all, we read the text a few times, and then we tried to think about a game plan of like what are certain key visuals we could do. We went on unsplash.com to find some free, royalty-free stock photos, something that works with us. And then we laid out our type and tried to design within the composition, tried to like have all the type to work with the photo we're doing. So what that ended up being was we're about like, you know, around here, level 2 or 3, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So, all right, guys. So that was the prompt for determination. And that poem was written by When Thunder Speaks. Oh, speaking of, let's do a little byline. Dope. All right, that's it. Dope. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching. Kuya David. Please try your hand at making your own poetry visuals. Canva is free. Your words are free. Unsplash photos are free. So be sure to make use of all free internet resources out there, and I'll see you online. Be sure to follow us at PenClique, PenClique, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. We are at the PenClique. You probably know what the story is. And yeah, please subscribe. And for more poetry prompts, be sure to stay tuned, and see you next time. All right, take care.